Just a few months ago, Discord has finally released the new username update. While Discord was expecting this to be a good update, not a lot of people had a good reaction about this. And here's everything you have to know about what the update is about and what the reaction of the people were. To start, I opened my Discord account and this is what I saw. As you can see here, there is a prompt that says that I have to update my username. So before, my username was Julia R number 4272 and this number, the four numbers 4272 is what we call discriminator. So this is what would help other people identify me from other users with the same name Julia R. But in this new update, this discriminators or the four numbers will now be removed and what I have to do is think of a unique username that are easier to remember and share with friends. According here also, this is to help choose a display name to control how you appear across Discord. And so when you check different Discord channels here, all of my name here will be what I would put in my new username. So here, once again, I'm going to show you when I go to user settings, there will be this prompt which says that I need to perform an action, which is to update my username. So here is an article written by Discord about the new usernames and display names. So I'll read here. We are changing our username system to make it easier for you to connect with your friends and to give you more control over your identity on Discord. Since 2015, every Discord name has been case sensitive and had a number attached to it called a Discord tag or sometimes known as a discriminator. So, this is what I showed you earlier, but this will now be removed. So, here it's written that we or Discord is removing tags or discriminators and introducing new unique usernames and display names. So this is what it will look like once you open Discord. This will be the display name, and here is the new username. The problem here is the new username will no longer use the discriminator or the four digits or four numbers that makes your username unique. And it's because Discord is saying that these four digits are difficult to remember or to memorize. But let's face it, it's just four digits. It's just like your passcode on your phone, and it's very easy to memorize compared to thinking of a new unique username that no other Discord user is using. So here you'll also see that new usernames are lowercase, alphanumeric, limited to certain special characters, and do not have discriminators, which according to Discord should make them easier to remember, read, type, and share. But according to some people or users, this is what not what they're experiencing. So for the restrictions for the new usernames, it should be at least two characters and at most 32 characters long. And it is case insensitive and forced, lowercase, and so on. So you can read all of this if you visit Discord site. Now, while this may sound like a good update or a necessary one, but not a lot of users agree to it. And even before the release of this update, there were already some people who shared their disagreement through Twitter, Reddit, and so on. So here is a post on Reddit or subreddit where it says that so if I read this correctly, they're just removing the discriminator and adding global nicknames. I always thought that the discriminator system, or what I said earlier, the four digits attached to your username, while not perfect, was clever and a good way to allow many users to have the same username. I know it was limited to 9,999 people, but it was better than nothing. So, to explain this better for you viewers, For example here, my username is Julia R number 4272, which means that I am the 4272nd person or user in Discord using the username Julia R. And for me, this is okay because I know that my number or discriminator is 4272, which will allow my friends to find me easily or search me easily. But now, with the new update, this is no longer available or no longer can be used. So instead of having Julia R number 4272, I have to think of a unique username. So for example, me, I want to use Julia R because that has always been my username ever since Discord started or ever since I started using Discord. But of course, there's already another username or user who uses the username Julia R. So I have to include a random letter or a random period, which I do not like. So this is one of the problems that Discord users are sharing. It also says here that I think this new solution frankly feels like the lazy option. Rather than coming up with some way of adding more, they're just removing the system altogether. People don't care about your display name, it's our actual username that matters. Now, moving on, aside from the issue of having to think of a new username that is unique and that is the only one across Discord, another problem is that account selling has already begun. So, accounts with OG or original names are already popping up across websites for sale, some for prices as ridiculous as $1,000. And no one wanted this change. Unique naming systems are horrid and removes what made Discord an attractive platform. And some of the comments here include, it can't get any worse. Oh, never mind. It just got worse. So here really some people are selling their unique username to other people. For example, there might be someone out there selling the username Julia R so that I can have that username. And if I'm someone who has been on Discord for around 10 years or more and that's something I use on my gaming accounts and so on, I might be tempted to buy that username, which should have not been happening if this update didn't happen at all. And here, another comment says that you're telling me I got Dominic because, well, it's my name, and I've already received my fair share of DMs about selling when I literally just got it. So here is a sharing of another user who has been receiving lots of DMs selling the name Dominic. And as I said earlier, this shouldn't be happening if the update didn't happen. So here you can see that a lot of other users are sharing the same sentiments. Here, someone said that someone offered her or him $200 and it's not even been a day since getting it. Another comment, Discord staff is clueless. They think we are creating drama about these usernames. They get early access and can reserve for friends, which is something or another issue that has arose with this new update. So moving on, it says here that Discord staff has been reserving names for their friends. It has become apparent that certain Discord staff members have been reserving usernames for their friends, denying regular users the chance to claim them. Based on the rollout and system, they pre-reserve names for every account based on earliest person to hold that name. But according to some people, there were Discord staff that did not follow this rollout and simply reserved names not for themselves but for their friends or for their families. And while this has not been confirmed yet, it is an issue worth talking about. Here, a comment says that even my most obscure names at 8 characters long are taken. Highly doubt that over 100 of these selections within 8 characters were already reserved. This change stinks like that. So let's have an example of how difficult it is to think of a username that's almost the same with your original one, but is unique. So let's get started. So your display name could be anything. It cannot be unique. So it's okay if you have other users with the same display name as yours. What has to be unique is your username. So for example, I wanted my name Julia R. But once you press submit, you're gonna see here below that it will not be accepted because other users or other user has already claimed that username. So for example, I just want Julia. It says here, username is unavailable. Try adding numbers, letters, underscores, or period. So let's say that one. Still unavailable. Let's add an R. That's it. But of course, I don't want to be called that. I want to be Julia R. And the discriminator I didn't mind before. So for me to have this username as before, I have to add random numbers, which, to be honest, does not look that good. And another issue raised is that Discord users bombarded with friend requests after the rollout or after the update are and they're also getting harassed via DM. So it says here that there are people who has been harassing or messaging other people via Twitter or other messaging sites just to get the username that they want. It says here that as people grapple with the fallout, the platform has become embroiled in controversy with reports of username conflicts, harassment, and discontent spreading like wildfire. So, how about you? What are your thoughts on this issue? While this update may be a simple one or maybe beneficial for some people, do you think this update is worth pushing despite the backlash that it has been receiving? We'll wait for your thoughts on the comment down below. For more content like this, don't forget to press like and subscribe. We hope to see you again on our next videos.